The shopping cart slipped from my hand, a single word escaped without thinking, and in the middle of a crowded grocery store, my entire life changed. I called my best friend Baby by accident as she reached to stop a box of cereal from falling. People around us barely noticed, but she froze as though time itself had stopped. Her cheeks turned bright red, her eyes filled with tears she had hidden for years, and the smile that slowly appeared on her face carried more hope than I had ever seen. In that unforgettable moment, I realized some accidents are not mistakes at all, they are the truth our hearts have been trying to speak for years. Before we continue, if you enjoy emotional stories about love, friendship, and second chances, please take a moment to like this video, leave a comment, share it with someone you care about, and subscribe to Ripple of Kindness. Every small act of support helps us bring more heartwarming stories to people around the world. Emily and I had been inseparable since high school. Everyone thought we would eventually become a couple, but life has a strange way of convincing people that there will always be more time. We celebrated birthdays together, comforted each other after heartbreaks, and spent countless evenings talking about dreams that seemed too big for either of us. She knew every fear I carried, and I knew every scar hidden behind her smile. Yet neither of us dared cross the invisible line between friendship and love. Losing each other seemed far more terrifying than never admitting the truth. Years passed quietly. We built careers, moved into nearby apartments, and somehow remained each other's first phone call whenever life became overwhelming. Friends came and went. Relationships failed. Holidays became traditions we shared because both of our families welcomed the other as one of their own. Looking back now, I realize our lives had already become intertwined long before either of us understood what that truly meant. That Saturday morning began like any other. Emily insisted we shop together because she claimed I would buy nothing except frozen pizza and coffee if left alone. She laughed as she tossed healthy food into the cart while I pretended to complain. The store was crowded with families, children, and elderly couples walking hand in hand. Watching them stirred something inside me that I had ignored for years, but I pushed the feeling away. As we reached for the same cereal box, it slipped from the shelf. Without thinking, I smiled and softly said, "Careful, baby." The word escaped naturally, effortlessly, as though it had belonged there forever. The moment it left my mouth, I felt my heart stop. I immediately tried to apologize, blaming it on habit or distraction, but Emily wasn't laughing. She stood perfectly still, holding the cereal box against her chest. Tears gathered in her eyes, yet she was smiling through them. After taking a slow breath, she quietly admitted that she had waited so long to hear me call her that, even if it happened by accident. Those words shattered every wall I had built around my heart. The drive home was almost silent. Neither of us knew how to explain years of hidden feelings in a single afternoon. Every traffic light felt longer than usual. Every passing minute carried memories we had never spoken aloud. I remembered every moment she stayed beside me after my father passed away, every birthday she secretly organized, every handwritten note she slipped into my backpack during college exams. Suddenly, every memory looked different. She had been loving me in quiet ways all along. That evening we walked through our favorite park where autumn leaves covered the ground like a golden blanket. We spoke honestly for the first time in years. I confessed that I had buried my feelings because I believed she deserved someone better. She admitted she had done exactly the same thing, convinced that I only saw her as a friend. We had spent years protecting ourselves from heartbreak while unknowingly creating it. Life did not magically become perfect after that conversation. Some friends questioned whether dating would ruin our friendship. We questioned ourselves too. There were awkward moments, uncomfortable conversations, and fears that old habits would return. But every challenge reminded us that real love is not built on perfect beginnings. It grows through honesty, patience, forgiveness, and courage. Months later, we returned to that same grocery store. The employees had no idea they were watching two people revisit the place where everything changed. We smiled as we walked through the cereal aisle. It no longer felt like an ordinary store. It felt like the place where fear finally lost to hope. We laughed about how one accidental word had rewritten the story of our lives. As our relationship grew stronger, I realized love had never arrived unexpectedly. It had been quietly waiting through every shared meal, every late-night conversation, every comforting hug, and every promise to always be there. Sometimes the greatest love stories are not about strangers meeting for the first time. They are about two best friends finally seeing what had always been standing right in front of them. If this story has touched your heart or reminded you of someone special, please like this video, share it with your loved ones, and subscribe to Ripple of Kindness. Your support allows us to continue sharing stories that remind the world kindness and love still exist. Special request: tell us in the comments about someone who has always stood by your side. They may be closer to your heart than you realize. Today, whenever Emily reaches for my hand, I still remember that tiny moment in the grocery store. One accidental word uncovered years of silent love, proving that sometimes destiny doesn't shout. Sometimes it whispers through the simplest moments, waiting for two hearts to finally listen. Our story taught me that life offers second chances in the most ordinary places, and the greatest regrets often come from the words we never say. If this story inspires even one person to tell someone how they truly feel before it's too late, then every unexpected moment that brought us together was worth it. Sometimes love isn't found somewhere new, it has been walking beside you all along, patiently waiting for the courage to finally call it by its true name.